Hello, everybody. My name is Kamar, and today we will be reviewing our 14th installment of Season 3 of Bubble Guppies. Season 3, Episode 14, Come to Your Senses. In this episode, after Nani accidentally breaks his glasses, the Guppies learn about the five senses and what purpose each of them serve. Now, this episode, along with the next episode right after this one, were my absolute favorites to watch on replay back to back to back. I don't know why. Maybe because of the topic for the next episode. I really liked and for this episode, Nani's my favorite character. So having a whole episode about him and his glasses was just always very interesting to me. You know, it was very interesting to me, and him trying to navigate himself along with especially at in the field trip segment. I really I really like that. I really like it. So our episode starts where Molly and Gil swimming to school and they catch Nani, and him just him just bouncing his little ball is just adorable. It's just so cute. And we haven't seen this type of interaction on our way to school back in like we haven't seen it since Sir Nani the Nice. Another great Nani centric episode. Just saying. And he's doing like this bounce bounce catch, bounce bounce catch. It's just too cute. Him just bouncing the ball by himself. And they ask him, can they play? But I hope they know it has to be a quick game because they have to get to school. And Gil bounces it really far, and Molly actually swims up like pretty far up, which is, I believe, until like another episode down the line in the season, is the only few times we actually see them swim swim up, like swim up beneath the ocean, like somewhat near the surface. It may seem hard to explain, but once you see the episode, if you've seen the episode, you know what I'm talking about. And Nani tries to bounce just as hard as Gil did, but he ends up doing it a bit too far, and it ends up bouncing up against his glasses. And we actually get a scene where we see his glasses like break down the middle. And when I was a kid, I gasped like, "Oh my god!" Because also the fact that I thought like he really hurt himself because I had my fair share of experiences of getting hit in the face with some objects. Most of the time they're accidents. Sometimes they were on purpose. I will admit that. But even them saying your glasses, they're broken. And I mean, I'm happy they asked him, are they okay? Is he okay? Which is really nice. But then he said, I can't see anything. Everything looks so blurry. And we even get this POV shot of Nani and looking at Molly and Gil, and they look all blurry, which I love that. I love that. I love how we get to see what Nani is seeing because he can't see without his glasses. And when they get to school, they tell Mr. Grouper that Nani's glasses got broken, and sadly he can't fix it. But he asked some of the little fish to take his glasses to get fixed. And then the guppies ask, how come you wear glasses, Nani? And he says that because without them everything seems blurry. And then we have our question segment about the different senses, like seeing with your eyes and your tongue, stuff like that. And then we have our pop song Come to Your Senses, which I feel like this song does a great job. It does a great job because I feel like anybody out there who listens to this song and and who who has one of these sentences that doesn't really work as well as their other four senses, and or like somebody who even knows somebody who has, like, like, let's say if they're blind, or if they're deaf, like, I feel like the song is perfect for them. I mean, even the song says, "'Cause you got 4 more to explore the world around you." And the riff is so good. Like, come to your senses. Hearing, smell, touch, taste, and sight. Come to your senses. Hearing, smell, touch, taste, and sight. You can remember everyone. Smell touch your skin, hear with your ears, and see with your eyes. Come to your senses. Like, it's so catchy. I love it. It's so good. It's so good, and I feel like this song is I feel like it's a really good representation of, like, telling somebody, hey, even though you don't have, like, one of these senses, you still got four more. What I like to think of, a disability is an ability. Remember that. Just like Nani. Even though he can't see without his glasses, especially towards the field trip segment, he still knows that he's still capable of doing things even without the one thing he needs to navigate life the most. So, yeah. But then we have our shop segment, which is called I Spy Pie. And as somebody who likes pie, who likes food in general, it's just, I like it. I like it a lot. So, basically, Una, she smells pie, like me. Basically me when I smell food. She wants some pie, and Dima says it's like a top secret, place to make pie, and she wants peach pie, which I never tried peach pie. I really want to try it. I really do. And she says that you have to like taste. You have to guess like a certain. You have to guess a certain thing. You have to taste a certain thing, and I love the face that Una makes when she's trying the lemon juice. The lemon juice is so cute. It's so cute. She had to find something that was sour. A secret ingredient, which was lemon juice. And she was able to get her pie. And then we have our lunch joke, which this lunch joke is about to is gonna get reused again in this season, but replace the S, because it's called a peanut butter smelly sandwich. Replace the S with the second letter of the alphabet. Yeah, I'll get more in depth on that lunch joke and how it kind of made me feel uncomfortable when we get this somewhat same lunch joke in another episode towards the end of the season. But yeah, Nani got a peanut butter and smelly sandwich. And then we have Gil, who's trying to find, in these segments, he's basically trying to find Bubble Puppy. These segments, to me, I don't know, they just weren't really, I mean, it's great that he's trying to like find Bubble Puppy, but they weren't really that exciting to me. So I'm gonna like kind of skim through these segments in this particular episode. I'm sorry, but that doesn't mean the episode is not good, And then we see Molly and Una in the classroom checking on Nani. He's listening to ballet music, which is just so cute. And they ask him how he's doing, and Mr. Grouper wants to test something with him. He wants to test something with him, and he wants to give Nani, like, he wants to like see what Nani can. He basically puts a lemon in front of him, and he tries to guess what it is, but he tries to think if he can maybe smell something. If he can maybe hear something, but it's a lemon. It can't make no noise. And he's like, I don't hear anything. And he said, why don't you try your sense of smell? And then that's when he finds out it smells sour. It's a lemon. And then Mr. Grouper, he says, a lemon? Well, let me taste it just to be sure. And the face he makes going upside down, he's like, that's one sour lemon. Oh, he's just the best. He is the best. And then we have our storybook segment, which is Smelly Stone National Park, which wouldn't be surprised if this is a parody of Jellystone National Park. I mean, my mother, she loves Yogi Bear, so I mean, I don't know if she watched this episode with me when I was younger. I don't think so, but I'm pretty sure if I tell her this was like a parody of Jellystone, because she loves Yogi Bear. She loved Yogi Bear ever since she was a kid. So yeah, I'm pretty sure she would be happy that they parodied that. But basically, Molly and Gil are like forest rangers, and basically for some reason there's like dirty laundry all in the forest, which really smells. Who would leave dirty laundry in a state forest? that just I don't know. And then there's a skunk that keeps on chasing him. That keeps on chasing him. But I want to say that the skunk was pretty scared, which I totally get it. I get it, but at the same time like they weren't doing nothing to you. They were in their truck. They weren't trying to do nothing to you. So, I feel like I want to say the skunk character is one of those characters you could say is like, you're scared of your own shadow. No, I don't want to say that cuz that's really mean. But the skunk was just was just scared. The skunk was just scared. But and I like in the story how they have to use their senses to find where they're going. Um to find the park the the ranger I forgot what it was called, the place where the rangers stay at. I'm sorry. And then towards the end, the rangers and the skunk, they make friends and they promise not to spray them. She promises not to spray them. And then we have our dance song, which is the senses dance, which is really catchy. I like it. It's really catchy. It's like, look with your eyes, listen with your ears. Tell me, what do you see? Tell me, what do you hear now? It's really catchy. Once again, Gil trying to find Bubble Puppy. Um, Bubble Puppy, it doesn't really work. And then we have one of my favorite segments, one of my favorite field trip segments in this season, especially the next one coming in the next episode. I love it. I love it. Nani, his glasses, and we get my beloved Mr. Grumpfish back, and they tell him that apparently he's a security guard there, which I like it. I like we see more into his life. He's a security guard. I like that. We see they tell him that they have to hurry up because the eye doctor's gonna close soon, and Mr. Grouper says I let's go, but then Nani says no, I have to go alone. And then right before he leaves, he says, "Remember, Nani, use your senses," in a quite ominous way. And even when he's trying to like navigate by himself, he can't see anything. He still can't see anything. But I also love the fact that Bubble Puppy is with him because it kind of makes a bit of representation of like people who are blind who can't see. They have like special service dogs to help them, so you can kind of see it like that, which I love that. I love that a lot because I knew like a couple people who can't see who can't see, and they'll have like a service dog, which I love that so much. I love that. Bubble Puppy's not only a good boy, but if you really think about it, he's also a great service dog for Nani. He really is. He even helps him sniff out the bakery, which I like that. And I like seeing the other Guppies in the little places of the mall, like Dima and Gobi at the bakery, and sorry, Una and Molly at the music store cheering Nani on. I like that a lot. It's really good. Getting encouragement from his friends. Really, I really like that a lot. And then we even see like a somewhat of a ghost version of Mr. Grouper. Kinda creepy. Him repeating, "Use your senses." And I like how he listens for the music store. He asks Bubble Puppy to sniff out the bakery. I like that. I really do like that. And then we get to the eye doctor, and he's already finishing up with a client, but that client has Nani's glasses on, and he finally makes it. And at first he gets the wrong pair of glasses, and Dima putting them on Nani, and he says, "I don't think these are mine." And Dima trying to be happy-go-lucky, saying, "I think they look great." And then all it took was a little switcheroo, and Nani got his glasses back. And of course, they asked, "How does he feel?" And I love that moment of silence where he's like, "I feel like," and everybody's just looking at him, and then he says, "Like me." And look at the smile right here. Look at the smile. Is this not an award-winning smile right here? Is this not? Is this not the most award-winning smile you could ever see from a kid like this? I'm telling you, this has to be one of the best smiles in any cartoon I've ever seen. And of course, everybody's happy, and my boy got his glasses back. But listen, if you had to ask me, even without his glasses, Nani will forever be my Nanners. Forever and always. Forever and always. And then our last Molly and Gil segment of the episode, Gil Gil being positive that he is gonna find Bubble Puppy this time, but it turns out he got Mr. Grumpfish. And for some reason, when I was a kid, I felt very uncomfortable by this scene, especially when Mr. Grumpfish barked at Gil, and instead of a little fish, him and Molly and laugh ending the episode. So overall, I really like this episode. I really do. It's one of my favorite ones in this season. I love it. Not only because Nani's my favorite character, but I feel like this episode does a great job of tackling not just senses, but like for people in real life who have these struggles, like with Nani, if people can't see, or if people can't hear, or people can't if people have like a certain disability, that I feel like this would be a great episode for them to look at and be like, even though if I don't have this, I still have 4 more other senses. Like I said, a disability is an ability. Okay? So overall, this episode was amazing. I'm giving it a 10. It's just a really good episode. I feel like everybody can not just relate to, but everybody can appreciate, in my opinion. And I love it so much. Now, tune in to me actually sooner than you think, because like I said, this episode and the next episode coming up next were 2 episodes that I love to watch back and forth religiously when I was younger. So, yeah, tune in to me on the same day this is going to get uploaded. As we will be reviewing another favorite of mine. Like I just said, I can't stop saying my favorite because it is my favorite. And you could say it's beautiful, if you know where I'm going with this. So, tune in with me next time as we will be reviewing our next episode, Season 3, Episode 15, The Bubble Bee Athlon. See you all next time, or right after, or whenever this is going to get uploaded. I mean, it's going to get uploaded on the same day, so I guess in a few seconds, depending on what I do. I don't know. But anyway, see you all next time.